Local stories.
This fall, CHI Memorial launched a new multi-million-dollar capital campaign focusing on improving their ability to treat patients here in the Tennessee Valley in 5 specific areas that affect us all. They're calling it Invest in the Best. Jake Johnson is with the CHI Memorial Foundation, and he's here just in time for Giving Tuesday. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good to have you. So these 5 areas are kind of obvious, if you will, but when I was going through the list, they're ones that y'all already do to excellence.
That's right, yeah. So we want to double down on what we're doing great at CHI Memorial. So, our key service lines of cardiovascular, oncology, the emergency department, which is best of the best for I don't know how many years in a row, interventional pulmonology with Dr. Krish Bajra, and then our neuroscience, which is a newer service line for us that we're continuing to grow.
Let's talk about that one for just a minute, if I can, not to get too in the weeds with how much you may or may not know on that one.
Sure.
But that's a very exciting expansion that y'all have there at the hospital.
Correct. So we are in, I think, year 4 of neuroscience at CHI Memorial. We've done it for years and years and years, but we brought over Dr. Devlin and his team about 4 years ago. And back in April, we became a comprehensive stroke center, which means we can take stroke patients 24/7. We have somebody on call. We can remove clots from the brain. We have a fully functional neuroservices suite. We also do neurosurgery and those sorts of things.
And that's key because we are, I think they refer to it as the stroke belt here in our area. So many people watching will have stroke affect their lives.
That's right. I mean, high incidence of obesity in the area. I always say you can't change habits, right? Thinking about Thanksgiving, you can't really change how grandma cooks in the kitchen, and so that kind of affects us, and that leads to a higher incidence of stroke.
Let's talk about the numbers you're hoping to raise. We talk a lot about numbers in medicine. Let's talk about dollar numbers. It's a high goal.
Yeah, so we launched our almost $21 million capital campaign. We went public back in September. We've been raising this money for about 14 months. So to date, we are approaching the $14 million threshold from about 85 donors.
And you're hoping for a little above 20 million?
20.65 is our total goal.
So you're more than halfway there.
Correct.
2/3 of the way there. So once these monies come in, are you waiting to get all of it in and then disperse it? Is that the plan?
No. So it's funny enough. So typically in a capital campaign, you're building some kind of big building or tower or structure, and you have to bring in pledges to put that against a loan or something like that. A lot of these programs that we're funding are specific capital efforts, so it could be equipment or a smaller renovation, and as soon as we raise those dollars, we go ahead and release those back to the hospital to get it going.
Okay, one of them I know is the area when you first come into the emergency room. Is that right? You're looking to renovate
the waiting
that?
room, yeah. So the ED waiting room is a big pain point for a lot of people when you come to the ED. You have high anxiety, you're scared, you're frightened. Nobody wants to be in the emergency department, so we want to make it to what we call the Disney experience, right? You want to feel like you're moving forward in the line. So we segment the waiting areas based on unseen or seen, and then also investing in what we call vertical flow medicine, so a fast-tracked area where we can, if you just need to come in and get an IV, get you in there, get your medicine, get you out the door. We don't need you hanging around.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's talk interventional pulmonology. That's a big one for y'all.
Yeah, so Dr. Krish Bajra has really pioneered a lot of the techniques in interventional pulmonology. So creating a brand new surgery suite for him and his team. It's difficult to sometimes explain, but what Dr. Bajra does is he finds lung lesions or cancerous cells in the farthest reaches of your lungs and takes a robot, drives it through all of your airways, and takes those out and biopsies them, and really turns lung cancer into a chronic disease.
Talk about how far your reach goes at Memorial, because for us, you're just right down the street in Chattanooga, but you're seeing people from all parts of the viewing area come to you.
Yeah, so we have patients come from all over the country. I think the biggest testimonial with this campaign actually is our lead gift to this capital effort was from a donor from Sarasota, Florida. So he made a $2.5 million gift to our cardiac amyloid.
Wow. Did that, not to get too much into the detail, but did he have a connection to Chattanooga already, or had he been benefited?
So he followed a physician that came from Sarasota,
wow.
And Dr. Henry Chang diagnosed him with cardiac amyloid, and he said, I'm going to invest in what you're doing right here in Chattanooga.
You know, I would say this too, because things come full circle. So you think about it, you go to medical school, you have this passion to serve people and help people. You want to then be in a place that best allows you to do that. So the hospital, in a way, is giving back to the community, yes, but also through this effort to the doctors who do the miracle work every day.
That's right, yeah. So we're investing in what they're doing. So again, invest in the best to us means we're already doing a lot of things great. We're just doubling down and making sure that no one has to leave Chattanooga for care.
It is something that you can go ahead and give. Get that end of year donation in. It's Giving Tuesday coming up, but also helps you with your taxes. So do they go online to give?
You can go online. You can go to investinchat.org. It's our campaign website, and there you can look at a lot of collateral. There's ways to give. But one of the easiest things to do is just give us a call at the foundation. Come by, we'll give you a tour. We'll show you some of these spaces and what we're doing. Really love to talk about how you can make an impact.
Love it. Thank you for your time, Jake.
Thank you.
Ascension Living provides services and amenities to our residents.
It's such a close-knit group. It's so much like family.
Why wouldn't you want to live here too?